Hi, this is Lisa Allen, and in this video you will learn about co-citation. You will learn what it is, how it works for you, and how it can help you to piggyback on the authority from other sites to make ranking your content really easy. So first let's go into what is co-citation. Now, co-citation is a way to steal or borrow the authority and topical relevance from another authority website that Google already loves and ranks highly. And probably the best part about this is that you actually don't need permission or even a single backlink from the authority site to make this work. Now, I understand that this might sound a little far-fetched for those of you who've grown up in SEO by just blasting penny backlinks all over the web with the specific anchor text. But as you know, things have gotten a little bit more complicated and Google has gotten a little bit smarter. Now, this best kept secret SEO ranking trick has actually been around since 2012 when Google started moving away from backlinks as its favorite ranking factor towards what they call a more semantic approach. Now, for those of you who are familiar with semantics, that is where they analyze the relationship between words and word similarities and words that surround a certain topic, and they also analyze relationships between sites and similarities between web pages. So in 2012 and 2013, the SEO started observing a new phenomenon that was affecting rankings. They dubbed this new ranking factor co-citation or co-occurrence. Now here's what Search Engine Journal had to say about the evolution of Google's algorithms towards using mentions of websites in conjunction with other websites as ranking factors. If you remember, after the famous Google Panda and Google Penguin updates, link building was significantly revolutionized by the introduction of new, more pure and reliable methods by Google. Likewise, SEO professionals are now suggesting that anchor text is perhaps diminishing in significance and is now being replaced by co-citation and co-occurrence, as many SEO professionals and analysts believe. Now, as strange as it may sound, co-citation refers to the process of link building without actual links. Let me repeat that for you. Link building without actual links. In other words, implied links. Now, unlike anchor text, where actual links were embedded in words or phrases, co-citation does not necessarily have to involve actual outgoing links to your website or blogs. So it can, but it doesn't have to. But there's a little bit more here to it also. More precisely, the process of co-citation refers to the similarities found between two web pages based on a third-party web page that successfully mentions the first two web pages in a correlation with each other. In other words, somebody is talking about website A and website B, and Google notices that there is a correlation between the two. Now, based on that co-citation, Google identifies a relation or a link between those two websites, which is then used as an important search ranking factor. Not just a search ranking factor, but an important one. So let's just go a little bit deeper into this, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what the differences are. Now, here is what everybody is used to before from the golden age of backlink building, where you could just shoot backlinks everywhere and get instant rankings. So this is basically what you're used to seeing if you look here. So you have like an authority website or a website, and then it sends a backlink out, a direct link to another one. Now sometimes you might have Web 2.0 properties in the middle here to kind of buffer you, but this is basically what you're looking at, is a direct citation. And so that's kind of the old way of doing things. It does still work sometimes a little bit, but Google has gotten a lot smarter, and so they start kind of penalizing and watching how much, and trying to detect if you're building the links and stuff. So as you know, things have gotten a lot more difficult. Now this is what a co-citation or co-occurrence looks like. So here we have a third-party website So this could be a curated news site, it could be a regular Web 2.0 site or a blog, just about anything. Now these are probably the most effective because curated news is something that Google actually really loves. And so these are really well loved by Google, and Google pays attention to them. But here's what actually happens is that you have this page on this site, and in that site there is a link to or a mention of this authority website. We'll call them authority website A, and maybe we're talking about golf on this page, and this website has some nice pages about golf, and so maybe they've linked to one. And then they've also linked to a second authority website that also talks about golf. Maybe they're linked to a different page. And so there's some similarities here and between what's being talked about on this page. And then on that page, there's also a link to or mention of your website. And so what you're seeing here is you're actually seeing the link juice flowing backwards to this and then forward to you, because Google is analyzing the relationship between the things that are mentioned. And so it says, okay, this is quality. I know this is quality. I already like this site. And this is quality. I already like that site, which means that this site must be quality, which means this site must be quality. And so if you really think about it, what that means is the link juice actually is flowing backwards. So it's flowing backwards to the site doing the news or the curation, and then forward again to your own site, which I think is really a pretty neat trick. Now, the effects of repeated co-citations have the potential to be really large and huge for you. Now, Search Engine Journal also noted that the potential effect of having many co-citations from impartial or impartial appearing sources can create a significant positive effect on the rankings of your website or blog. Here's what they actually said. Although a few co-citations may not drastically improve your search engine rankings, it will definitely put you on the right direction in terms of improving your website's search engine optimization. On being associated a lot of times by impartial sources, it has the potential to create a significant positive impact on your website or blog. So that means the more of these that you create, the bigger the effect will be, and the more authority is channeled to your blog, the easier it gets for you to rank content, because you actually are able to enter the ranks of people that Google trusts based on the fact that you get mentioned a lot by people who are also mentioning other websites that they already know they think are quality. And so that's really what's going on here. It's like sitting in Hollywood in a sidewalk cafe having lunch on Monday with Angelina Jolie, and on Tuesday you have lunch with her again or with her husband Brad Pitt, and by Wednesday those paparazzi are going to be following you home. And Google is a lot like a paparazzi. They like to rank the popular kids, and so what you're doing here is kind of almost like it's similar to social signals, but because you're doing it this way, it's actually even better than social signals. So it's very, very effective. It can boost you up the rankings very quickly, particularly if the content that you're targeting with this is very good. And so it really can make you stand out from the crowd really quickly. Now, one of the downsides to this is that building co-citations manually can take a lot of time. First, you have to do something like write the articles that will carry the co-citations, and then you have to research other authority sites and links that you would want to be associated with to steal the authority from those sites. Then you would have to go and post the articles to your Web 2.0 or your PBNs. Then you would have to actually create the links, and then you would wait for the articles to get indexed or try to get them indexed. And then you get some effect from that for a while, but as we know, Google will kind of favor newer content. And so as those articles get older, Google will stop paying so much attention to the co-citations that are in them. It doesn't happen instantly, but over time they stop being quite so effective. And so obviously there are some things that could be improved about doing this manually. And so that's why we have created a faster, easier way using RSS feeds. Now, using RSS feeds, you can leverage this technique and eliminate the content creation time and expense, so you don't have to write any articles. You can automate it so that the co-citations are created in a fairly automated fashion, and you will also keep Google interested because RSS feeds actually update constantly, and so they will have new content and new articles cited in it. And so by including the authorities in your RSS feeds, you constantly have those co-citations being updated, and so Google is constantly coming back and seeing, okay, what is new in this particular set of co-citations that I'm seeing? What is new here? So in the next video, we're going to go into how to create an effective co-citation feed. Now, the reason that I want to show this to you is that I want you to have a solid base of exactly what it is that you're doing, what your goals are, and what really creates one that's very effective so that you'll get the maximum benefit out of it. And so that will be in the next video. We'll go into the parts of a co-citation feed, and I'll show you how to pick the best authorities and things like that. And after that, then we'll get into the software training of how to actually operate the software. But I wanted to make it so that you had a solid foundation to build on so that you really understand what you're doing. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you again in the next video.